If you're a Christian and you're not sure what to do about all of this, like the writer's strike and streaming services starting to crack down or become more strict about password sharing and all of that, and um, you're frustrated because you won't have the free access to the same content streams that you have had in the past that you feel like you deserve. I feel the need to remind you that the eighth commandment in the book of Exodus, repeated in the book of Deuteronomy, still says, do not steal, whether or not you feel entitled to the thing that you are trying to steal. That there is no caveat about this, that piracy is still theft. And that might be inconvenient for you. It might mean that you're not able to consume the programming that you are that you feel like you deserve to have access to. But I'd like to remind you of a few things beyond this as well. Number one, entertainment is a luxury, not a necessity. And that Disney Plus, Netflix, whatever these streaming services are, they made access to entertainment more convenient than it has ever been in maybe the history of the world. But you still aren't entitled to any of it. You don't deserve to have any of it. And that it is just that. It's a luxury. It's a convenience. But you do not deserve to have it. It's not a necessity for you to live. And I'm not even trying to get in the direction of that you don't deserve to be entertained or to have entertainment per se, but at least not in this way. And that if entertainment is that important to you, let's say that you do need to have noise on in the background behind your work in order to be productive, or maybe you want to be able to keep up with your show so that you can be in contact with your friend group or something and be on the same page, like whatever your excuse is, there's some really solid advice that I have to give you that you can implement in order to make that happen. Number one, read a book. Go down to your library, check some stuff out, read an author you've never heard of before, and go in that direction. The second thing is go down to any thrift shop and just buy a book. You don't have to recognize the author. You don't have to recognize the cover art. Just go in and just see what they have and just start reading. You can find amazing classics, timeless classics for $1 for a paperback version. Like, just go out and that's one thing. Second thing is Spotify, podcasts. If you just need the noise, you can find that content in other ways. YouTube, something like that. Like, you don't need Netflix, Disney Plus, whatever for that. Next piece of advice that I have for you is go down to your thrift store, your disc replay, your GameStop, your whatever that kind of thing is, and just go through the bin and find the stuff that you'll actually watch. One of the biggest complaints about a lot of these stream services is that they're full of content nobody wants to watch. Go out there and just find the things. You've only been watching the same 5 to 10 to 20 shows and movies on repeat over the last 20 years anyway. Just get them on physical media. Get yourself a ratty DVD player from the electronics section at Goodwill and just watch whatever you want to watch to your heart's content in such a way that you're not stealing, breaking the eighth commandment, and defiling yourself as well as defying the instructions of God's word in the process. And then additionally, there's something that we have to highlight. One of the things about these streaming services is that the fact that it's digital means that you don't own any of it. You, at best, Netflix emphasizes this more because they have a rotating cycle of content. Things will only be available for a certain window. But one of the things about this is that you don't own any of it. It's a rental at best. That's why you need to have physical media. That's why you need to apply pressure to the game console industry, where they're phasing out digital copies of stuff and you need to pressure them into printing physical discs or cartridges so that you can actually have a guarantee of ownership of the things that you're spending your hard-earned money on.